Hello, Capricorn. Welcome to Mystic High Priestess Tarot. This is going to be a collective reading for Capricorn singles in love or looking for love. Keep in mind, because it is a general collective reading, not everything is going to resonate with you. Please take what resonates and leave the rest for somebody else on a different timeline. Also, if you do resonate with any of this, please like, comment, or subscribe to the channel so that you do get future notifications of readings. Also, comment below to let me know how you resonated or if there's other types of readings that you might be interested in seeing. All right. One other note is there are a lot of scammers out there. I will never contact you for anything. I will reply to the comments below, but I will not reach out to you for anything specific. I'm not on any other platforms. I'm only on YouTube, so please do not be scammed. If you are looking for a private or personal reading, I am opening those up right now, so the information is in the description box below. Under the title, you'll see a partial description. Click on more, and all of the details will be listed there. I have meditated on your energy and been shuffling the cards for quite some time now, and they are ready to go. So let's get moving here. Let's see what we got. The King of Pentacles. Well, that would be your energy. Page of Cups. And the Queen of Swords. Oh, starting off very strong. And the Knight of Swords. The Four of Swords. The Nine of Pentacles. Very interesting. Ooh, Justice and the Five of Pentacles. Out of all of the love readings, I have to say this is the most interesting energy I have seen. Wow, the number of messages coming through is crazy. You've had quite a journey in love, Capricorn. The problem that we're having here, and kind of the crossroads to this particular reading, is there appears to be a huge lack of love. Not necessarily in others for you, but your comprehension of love, Capricorn. This is not going to be a fun reading. If you are looking for something sugar-coated, you turn off right now. That is not what this is going to be. These are not the type of readings I like to do, but truth be known, it is a message that needs to come out there. And it's all for growth. Now, as a Capricorn, you are a very earthly sign. Most Capricorns are more involved in investment, everything being black and white, very little gray area. They want what they want when they want it. And when a Capricorn is dissatisfied or feeling robbed or slighted in any way of what they're trying to achieve, or if there's anyone getting in the way, they have a tendency to cut and be relatively harsh. It's no mistake that the devil is the sign of the Capricorn in the tarot. Now, that's not a really bad thing. Devil is also filled with passion and lust and creativity for things. But the devil wants what it wants when it wants it. And it's going to get it, even if it has to cross moral and ethical boundaries. So what we're really seeing, let's start with the overall energy. This is so complex. As we have Justice and the Five of Pentacles. So at some point, most likely in your past, leading to your current love situation, there you just don't feel like there's been justice. You don't think anything's been balanced, anything's been fair. Now, keep in mind, Capricorn, the shoe could be on the other foot. I could be talking about somebody you're interested in, or a generalization of how your love life has kind of gone to this point. And therefore, you feel really wounded, guarded, protected. Um, some can have that out for blood energy. And that's what I feel. And I don't necessarily like that. I don't relate to it very well. I'm a Leo. So, Leos are like the polar opposite of a Capricorn in a lot of ways, wear their heart on their sleeves, very caring, very generous, very out there, but a lion can roar when it's been deceived or hurt. So I am feeling some of that Leo energy and how I can relate to how you're feeling, Capricorn. But you're completely in your energy here with the Knight of Pentacles. You're on a mission. You want what you want, and you're not going to settle for less, and that's a good thing. That is not a bad thing. But combined with the Knight of Swords means that there is a quick way of cutting things out. Like, I don't think you're giving everybody a fair chance. Let's put it that way. That's probably the best way to put it. And it's because you don't feel like there's justice or has been justice. So you're putting what you think is just and fair out there. And that's not necessarily, you're not seeing it through a clear lens because of the hurt and trauma that you may have experienced or you're currently experiencing over the ending of a relationship. And the Knight of Swords is a little opposite of the King of Pentacles. For the King of Pentacles to be putting the Knight of Swords out there, that's not the way a Capricorn normally works. The Capricorn Knight is the Knight of Pentacles. And the Knight of Pentacles moves very slow, puts a plan together, is well grounded, where the Knight of Swords is an air sign. So it's very quick to act, harsh, but gets its commands from the Knight of, or the King of Swords. And the King of Swords, though, is very strategic. Normally can be seen in our society as military, a judge, police officer, somebody with authority. And that's because that authority follows a certain rule of standards and complies. The Knight of Swords is the one who acts on the commands of that king. In this particular case, the Knight of Swords is acting on the commands of the King of Pentacles. And the King of Pentacles doesn't normally move that fast or can't think that fast on his feet. He's a slow-moving king because he's very methodical. And the King of Swords is a king that can play a chess game like nobody, could probably play a chess game with God and almost win. So the King of Pentacles is not to that particular level. He has not reached emperor status. He has not balanced all of the kings. So clearly I can see that there's some fierceness to how you're feeling in love, and this could be holding you back from finding the love of your life. Furthermore, we see the Page of Cups that either you're putting offers out there, or other people are putting offers out there that they're new, they're not easily entertained because of the Four of Swords. So these offers are just you can kind of see how that page just does not seem very happy with what's there. And it's the fish out of water kind of thing. It's not, you're still healing. You are definitely healing from what you feel was this unjust situation in this Five of Pentacles. You can clearly see this person's been wounded. They probably need, help, in that case, medical, but, therapy sometimes can come from the set of situations that I'm seeing here. And then furthermore, we have the Queen of Swords with the Nine of Pentacles. So keep in mind, queens and kings are just male and female energy, which we all have in us. So that's what's prominent during the time. And with the Queen of Swords, it's a lot of truth being thrown out there. And now the King of Pentacles is not necessarily the King of Pentacles likes to sit back and think before he speaks. And the Queen of Swords is more like, listen, I'm not going to be the king where I'm going to make a judgment, but I want the truth. I want to hear what has to be said. And you're definitely looking for somebody who's single and successful. Not so I'm really getting a strong vibe that in your last relationship, you may have been the cheater or somebody cheated on you big time. Or you got into a relationship where you thought somebody was single and they were not single. And you found that later on. Either they were in a long-term relationship, they had been with somebody for a while, most likely somebody with codependency issues that needs to jump right from one relationship to the next. So they can't leave a relationship till they have another one lined up. And I get a very strong feeling, Capricorn, that you are somewhat traumatized from that experience because I think that you actually fell in love. And Capricorns don't fall in love easily because, like I said, very methodical, slow to move, like to think, things through, and very well grounded. So you're not like all in the air in the mist of love, so to speak. You fall in love gracefully, is a good way to probably put that. And or there's another group of you that are wounded by the fact that you got into a relationship. It was a little fishy because you thought this person was well-rounded and grounded, but they were either hiding their financial issues and problems, and once you got knee deep in the relationship, or they moved in with you, or something like that happened, all of a sudden you realized you had to dig this person out of a hole, which pulled you down, and it got quite traumatizing. Sometimes, forgive me, I'm getting over a really bad cold, so I apologize. My voice kind of comes and goes. But this, the Page of Cups, oftentimes in my readings, and Spirit talks to all of us readers a little bit differently through our cards, depending on what decks we're using, and especially in this one, is a sign of addiction. So how Spirit speaks to me a lot through this is it is a love offer, but it doesn't come without its problems. It could be somebody who's fighting an addiction, who is addicted. Now, an addiction can even be to love. A person can easily be addicted with the initial stages of love, what we call the honeymoon phase, where, and I say it's falling in lust with somebody, and they love that feeling that they get with all the new attention, the new conversation, the building of that structure. But once everything gets settled in, they're bored again. They need that high of somebody falling in love with them again, or what they think is love, but it's not. Love takes the initial stages is two people planting a seed, nurturing it, watering it, making sure the temperature is just right, and talking to it and weeding it and making sure that that flower blossoms and grows together, not just one person nurturing it and taking care of it. It's both people. And then from there, you develop that love, that something that's going to be long-standing. It's not just a lustful connection. Let's do some clarifying here. So hopefully I can get a better picture of where your love life is actually going. This is telling me a lot about what has happened to you in love, and you may just be in the healing stages of that, meaning the universe isn't ready to send you the love of your life until you can cope with this, learn the lessons from it, and heal so that you can be better and stronger for the person that God has for you out there. All right. What do we got? Poise and observation. You're definitely your pause and observation. You're definitely in a paused state. There's no doubt about it. Swift decisions. All right. So I am sensing that you're putting a wish out there on what you're looking for. So I do think that you have a really good idea of what you want and what you're not going to settle for. You've observed. You are growing from that situation and you're communicating with people. I don't know that you necessarily have one specific person yet in mind. Blessed love life. Yeah, it's the Queen of Swords. I, I think what you're really looking for is this Queen of Swords energy. And that is somebody who's going to come forth with the truth, be very honest, logical, mentally stable, financially stable, completely single. And that's going to fill your 10 cups. You need that in order to feel safety in an emotional connection. And like I've said before, Capricorns aren't really a emotional sign. You definitely don't show your emotions or wear your emotions on your sleeve. And in order for you to feel secure, you need that Queen of Swords energy. That person who's inviting you in wants to know the truth of everything, is not going to betray you, is very logical and sensible, and wants to share that with you. And that's going to allow you to open up your emotions. It's a healing second chance. Yeah, this Knight of Swords is coming in because of a um, total betrayal. Again, another healing card. Pause and observation. Healing. Healing. So you are going through a healing cycle. You've put yourself out there. There's no doubt about it. You do know what you want. You do know what you're looking for. You are communicating to try to find that person, and you just don't know if you can trust all the communication. That's with the Page of Cups and the swift decisions. You don't know how much of it you can believe and what you can't because of your previous hurt and because you're still healing and you're healing from what feels like a complete total betrayal. So this Knight of Swords energy is swift to act because you do not want to get stuck in that again. Now on your healing you have the Sun, and so this is where I felt the Leo energy very, very strongly. And the Sun came out, which is the Leo card. So through this healing you are going to shine again, so to speak. You may have to heal if your previous relationship was with a Leo. That is definitely, um, this is probably your reading. I don't know if the Leo hurt you or you hurt the Leo, but something wasn't just in that relationship. Something took away your sunshine. You can have that sunshine again once this healing period goes away. The healing card is the Four of Swords, which is somebody laying still with one sword. That one sword is the Ace of Swords, which is the sword of truth, a brand new beginning, finding our logic again, mentally feeling stable. But in order to get to that ace, we have to remove the three swords that are wounding us. And the Three of Swords, of course, is three swords through the heart, a really bad pain. Now, if you want to get back together with a Leo or a fire sign, but I'm strongly just getting Leo out of this, to be honest with you, is if you hurt them, they need to heal. You may have to bring the truth forward in order to have that blessed love life and help the Leo heal. So that's another group of you that, and it may not be a Leo necessarily. I'm just picking that up really strongly. It could be any sign that if you did the hurting and the betrayal and you were swift to act, then there's a lot of swift movement here, and you're not you don't generally move that way. So I'm not sure what happened. It's not telling me a lot about what happened that caused it, whether you did it or somebody did it to you. But in order for the sun to shine again, keep in mind secrets have to come out. It could be any fire sign, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, because we just pulled the Sagittarius card now too here. On the Nine of Pentacles, we have temperance, balance, and harmony. So you will want to be patient for this single person to come through. And as we're seeing with the balance, we have the justice. So this successfully single person, could be you, could be the other person, has to find the patience. It's as if there's a lot of energy that wants to move fast, but is not supposed to move fast. It's unnatural, which is causing things to be unbalanced. You're not going to find the harmony in the flow of this. And Two of Pentacles, the Justice. So yeah, here we're seeing somebody that is having some cash flow problems. And if there's anything that bothers Capricorn more, it's cash flow problems. That's making you feel definitely out in the cold. Maybe you can't offer somebody something because you were somewhat robbed in your last situation. I don't see the Seven of Swords though. So part of this feels self-inflicted. And I'm sorry to say that, but it does. And then, yeah, the Five of Pentacles being left out in the cold. You've got the Ace of Cups. So, and this is overall energy. So there might be a cash flow problem. There might be some juggling of things around to get rebalanced. And that's perfect for the Justice card because Justice is the scales of justice, the balancing act. And apparently your balancing act is most likely in the financial realm, which puts an earthly Capricorn completely off balance. In other words, your spreadsheets aren't working out very good or looking very good. So, and I always picture Capricorns sitting at a computer with an Excel spreadsheet because, I mean, they have to be that balanced and structured. So, at least the Capricorns I know. So I'm not saying all of you are that way, but I know plenty of them, and I swear they're all the same. It's just like a little tribe, and I get a kick out of them. They're great people to know. If I'm going to trust my money with somebody, it's going to be a Capricorn. My financial advisor has to be a Capricorn because they watch the pennies. They watch every millipenny. It's like they're not going to probably do you wrong, but then again, they if they're on a path of immorality, they'll swindle you too, just as fast. So you still have to watch them in a way. Don't just trust everything from anyone. But anyway, this Five of Pentacles, so you are definitely feeling blocked off from new love. The new love is there when you get past this healing. And again, we see it here with the Five of Pentacles, with the wounding. We're feeling like we can't have this beautiful emotional connection with somebody. And we see the Four of Swords where we have to heal in order to feel the sun again. Now, the one thing that hasn't come up, but I was feeling it very strongly on this, is in order for the sun to shine, the sun has to rise. If you are sitting in moon energy, in the darkness, going through a dark night of the soul, which this very strongly feels like a dark night of the soul moment, the truth must be set free from the moon. So the moon is holding stuff back, keeping secrets, sitting in that shadow. And once that has been released, which is justice, in a way, getting that, and the Queen of Swords getting that out there, letting the truth be known, the sun can shine. Sometimes that leaves us in an extremely vulnerable state, and nobody wants to be vulnerable. But in this particular case, I definitely think being vulnerable will help your healing process so you know how to cope and deal with those situations. But if there is something hidden that needs to come out into the light, now would be the time to do it because you have so many cards looking for balance and equality. And then you will find that happiness. Not today. Not dealing, hurt, avoiding a conversation, a call, a person, boundary, still angry. So yeah, you're not healed from this. The person's like, hey, go away. Not today. This is not going to happen right now. I can't deal with this. The longer you put that off, the more pain you're going to sit in. So it's not recommended. In wedding rings, a union, wedding, married, soul connection, eternal love, everlasting promise. So this is probably a previous relationship. You may have been married. That, or it could be affecting your current ability to move forward and get married again. Um, yeah, you might be recently divorced. You can be going through a divorce. All the signs are here for that, except for the King of Swords, which means you're a ways off from it, or the divorce was quite some time ago, and it's something that you never healed from, most likely, and it's time. I'm afraid to contact you. That goes with the knot today. So either you or somebody else, somebody is afraid to open up and clear the air with you, or you are afraid to contact them, but you really want to. I want to tell you how I feel. It's exactly what I just said. Clearing the air here is the best thing. There's a secret. Even though I'm not seeing the moon, there's a secret here somewhere. There's hidden feelings. There's the sense of this person would betray me again, or I betrayed this person. How could they ever forgive me? Very strong feelings on that. And finances and career. This is the perfect romance angel card for Capricorn. I swear. This reading is reading itself. I don't even have to put much effort into it. It's just that from the very beginning, I knew it wasn't going to be, sunshine, butterflies, and roses. And I don't necessarily like these readings. I prefer the fluffy, happy ones, but not everything in life is that way. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. So yeah, that takes us back to this Justice and Two Pentacles, where maybe you can't move forward into a relationship because you don't have anything to give. You could be going through a divorce and you're losing a whole bunch of things, or you went through a divorce and you lost a lot. And you just don't have the motivation to be kind and sweet and loving and giving. And maybe you can't even give. You can be, stuck in that. Maybe your career is taking a hit and you're like, okay, what do I have to offer? You know, how can I be successfully single here with this Nine of Pentacles? Well, it's going to take time. Things have to get balanced out, and temperance is patience. So, and I really, really strongly feel you're dealing with a fire sign. And fire and earth can sometimes butt heads because they are polar opposites. Let's see. The spiral dancer. Yeah, definitely somebody in a mirror. Um, Perception is the key word there. So how you're perceiving this may not necessarily be what it is. What Spirit is advising me on right now is the, your situation isn't as bleak as you think it is. I actually think you think this is much worse than it actually is. As yucky as I thought it was from the very beginning, I think I was seeing through your perception. As Spirit is taking me through this journey of your love life, I'm like, it's not that bad. It can get better. this can be a massive learning lesson and turning point in your life. The only thing you can do right now is look in the mirror and say, what can I change about me to be the person I want to love? And what did I do to bring this previous situation to the point it got to? Was I misinterpreting things? Was I reading too much into things? What was my part in the destruction of my previous relationship that caused me to be single? And I think you have to learn from that perception, almost like a hanged man energy, being hung upside down and seeing everything from a different point of view in order to be able to heal. And there definitely is healing that needs to take place here. And I'm sorry this is so complex, but you're in, this is all Dark Night of the Soul energy. You're going through a sharp learning curve. And the energy is that you want to get through it quickly, and that's not how your sign works. Growth. Yeah, there's growth that needs to be done. And this, again, there's our flower. That if you want this love, or here, you're going to have to go through the growing pains to get it. You have to grow that love slowly and methodically. It's not going to be an overnight thing. You as well, Capricorn, may have some codependency issues that you feel like you have to be with somebody to be complete. And that's where this mirror comes in. It's like you are complete within yourself. Adding somebody to your life is just a bonus. And I don't think you're perceiving it that way. There might not be enough self-love here. And because of the self-love, you could have hurt others, or others could have hurt you due to maybe your expectations of them. And I'm so sorry. I feel like I'm just pointing the finger at you and it's like a blame game, and that's not it at all. It's more trying to find the areas that you could grow in that can get you to where you want to be. And the possibilities. Yeah, this is beautiful. So this is the crossroads. I said at the very first sentence, I think, about crossroads here. So you have possibilities. There's different paths that you can take to get there, to get to the point where this love can enter your life. Right now, Spirit is basically stating, we put a block on this. There's a little bit of a hold. We have someone for this person. We actually have a couple people for this person. But we got to put it on hold because this incoming person or persons are so special and it's so divinely meant to be that it cannot happen until you're at the point where you're not going to blow it, so to speak, okay? Where it's not going to become an explosive environment or where it's going to take a decade to heal from it to get back to that person. It could be something like a twin flame coming in where it is time. It's time for you to meet this person or persons. It definitely is. But you're going to have to go through some quick healing in order for that to happen. And even if you don't want to do it, because you are a very slow moving energy, it is time. And the universe is going to get you there if it has to drag you kicking and screaming. So the advice really is to take this growth experience, change your perception of how you've seen things in the past, in the current, and the future. Stop being afraid. And again, vice versa. This could be the other person, so if it's a cross watcher and you're interested in Capricorn, this is you. Stop being afraid to contact them. Tell them how you feel. You want this to be brought in from out in the cold and stop being wounded and begin this new love. You're going to have to do things that make you very vulnerable and uncomfortable. But I think there's some really beautiful things on the other side. The finances and career, you think everything's going to crap, so what do you have to offer this person? A lot yourself. You can't be bought. You're, you know, okay, let's look at human slavery. Yeah, okay, so you can say people can be bought and sold. Sure, fine. Their soul can't. You can even think you've broken their spirit, but you can't break their soul. What is meant for them will be for them. There is nothing anyone on earth can do to take away what is meant to be for you. In this particular case, it's on hold, but it's still coming in. It's not going to be able to be stopped. So you're at this crossroads of, do you go willingly with God and learn and grow so that this person can be brought in? Or do you go kicking and screaming and take the hard road? That's really your possibilities, and your finances and career are going to balance themselves out somehow, some way. Trust me, I have witnessed so many miracles that it feels like the norm in my life right now. They've happened to me, and I've witnessed them happen to other people. Genuine, real, how did that happen? Miracles. And they're getting more prominent every day. They're coming out of nowhere. And I think you're on this path where you're about to experience one. And to not worry about these earthly things. A lot of and I know that's hard to say to Capricorn, that's an earth sign, but I think you're almost too grounded. You've dug too deep to the point where you almost don't want to heal, but it's time. It's time to heal. It is time to move forward. And like I said, you're going to go one way or the other. You're going to go willingly or you're going to go kicking and screaming, but it's happening. And it's not going to necessarily feel comfortable. It's going to pull you out of your comfort zone. It's going to make you feel really vulnerable. But that's what you need to be for this new love to come in and to be the most amazing thing you've ever experienced in your life. Now, new love doesn't mean that it's a brand new person. It can be somebody from the past. So maybe who you were with was the right thing and that went haywire and it's going to come back in. So that is something that you're looking for, that there's a possibility for that. If it is something you're not looking for, then it's not. Okay? You know already whether it's somebody from the past or it's somebody you haven't met yet. You'll know that instantly in your soul. So, for some of you, it is going to be somebody from the past you think you messed everything up with. Others of you, it's going to be a brand new person that you've wanted, kind of wished for, but just haven't found yet. So hang on to the hope, heal, and the sun will come out. That's all I have for you, Capricorn. Good luck. I can't wait to see how this turns out in the next few weeks when we do an update. All right. God bless.